Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today we will talk about saving money, and I know that it's something that you are really interested about on this channel. So today I want to give you some tips to save money without spending less, because let's face it, it's really difficult to save money, especially during these times. We all want to have a comfortable life, but sometimes our finances don't allow it. Fortunately, there are ways to save money without having to cut down on our expenses. So let's dive in. So number one, you can use cashback apps, and cashback apps are really a great way to save money while you shop. You can get cashback on your purchase, from groceries to clothing to travel, which can add up over time. And I'm a huge fan of cashback apps, and you know that I love traveling, and I like to use cashback apps when I make a reservation for an hotel or a Airbnb and something like that. And last year when we did our trip, I received 5 or 10% of cashback of the money I put in the holiday, and it's really not insignificant. And what I did too was to use a cashback for my monthly subscriptions. For example, for Canva, you know, it's the app that I use for my social media, my YouTube channel and so on. I use it every single day, and I really need these monthly subscriptions, and they have a really great cashback because I think it's 40% of cashback each month, so it's almost €7 per month, and it adds up over time. And what I did to not miss a cashback is to download the Google extension, so that when I'm on a certain website, when there are a cashback available, I know it right away. And I think that I use it for like 5 years, even more I think, and I think that I save like 1,000 I think, yeah. So it's not insignificant. Sometimes you just see that it's 1% of your purchase, but when you do this over time, you save a lot of money. Number two, buy generics. And when it comes to groceries or household items, buying generics can save you a lot of money. Many times the generic version is as good as the name brand. And when I started to become interested in personal finances, I learned that most of the product that you buy, the generic products, are made in the same factories as the name brand, and it's as good as the name brand. Since then, I try as much as possible to buy generic brand when it's available, and for food especially, and it's crazy how much money I saved by doing that, and just for the exact same product. I do this for pasta, for toilet paper, for sauces, and so many other things. Number three, you have to cancel the monthly subscriptions or the subscriptions you don't use. If you have subscriptions to magazine, streaming services, or other services that you don't use, cancel them. This can save you hundreds of dollars every year. It's something I like to check every quarter. I check my bank account to see if I have monthly subscriptions or even subscriptions that I don't use, because you know, we tend to purchase their subscription because it's cheap. It's like $10 a month, and you're like, oh okay, it's only $10, but over the year and other the months it could be hundreds, and sometimes you don't even remember that you have these subscriptions. And you know, sometimes I forget about an annual subscriptions, and it happened to me like last month. And what I like to do, because you know I'm not perfect about that, what I like to do is when I have this reminder, I cancel it like right away, so that I know that if I wouldn't remember the next year, it will be canceled and I don't have to do anything about that. Number 4, use a programmable thermostat. A programmable thermostat will save you a lot of money on your heating or your cooling bills by adjusting the temperature when you're not home. It's what we did in the previous flat when we decided to use a programmable thermostat. We saved hundreds. It was crazy, and it was before the energy bill went up, so now it's really well isolated and we barely use our radiators during this winter, but you know, sometimes you just need to put a sweater on. So yeah, it's something that you need to remind yourself, because 1, it's great for your saving, and 2, it's great for the planet too. Number 5, buy in bulk. Buying in bulk could save you a ton of money on groceries or even on household items. Just make sure to have enough storage before you stock up. And it's definitely something I do. Even if I don't have a proper pantry to store everything, I like to buy in bulk so that I can save money. Most of the time when I do my groceries online, I like to check the promo section of the website, so that if I have an item that I use, but maybe sometimes I have enough in my home for like a month or 2, I like to buy in bulk so that I know that, yeah, I will save money on this item that I use every day. Of course, you don't have to buy something that you don't need because there are promotion on it, but you know, sometimes it could save you a ton of money by doing that. So I like to do it for like pasta, toothpaste, toilet papers, or this kind of things. Make sure that it's something that you could use in a few months and it's not something that will expire. Or if it's food, like for example it's a bulk of chicken, you can decide to buy it in bulk and to freeze it for later. As buying in bulk, using coupons are a great way to save money on food, on groceries, on household items, or even on clothes or this kind of things. You can find it on magazines, online, everywhere actually. When you need to buy something, you have to check if there are promotions on these items or on this brand. I really don't like to buy something the full price, so I like to search for coupons on internet. And obviously it's not because you find a coupon on internet that you need to buy a thing. It's not because it's a sale day that you need to buy something too, because it's not the purpose of this. But for something that you really need, it could save you money. Number 7, cut down on energy usage. Turning off the lights when you are not in the room, or the appliance that you need to unplug so that you don't use energy with them when you're not using them, can save you money on your energy bill. I don't like to have lights turn on when we are not in the room. And we have an expression in France about that, c'est pas Versailles ici, which means you don't have to turn on all the lights on because we are not in a castle. And it's definitely that, even if it's just 5 minutes because you know that you need to return to the bathroom to have to do something or this kind of things, just turn off the light. Using water filter, it's a game changer, guys. You need to switch to water filter because it can save you a ton of money on bottled water, and it's great for the planet too. We switched to water filter about 3 years ago, more than 4 years ago. It was before COVID, and I don't think that we will return to plastic bottles because we drink a lot of water, obviously, and when we see all the plastic that we use just for that, it's crazy. So now we have this huge bottle of water, and we have them for like 2 years now. And because my boyfriend really likes sparkling water, we have a machine for that, and I think it's already profitable. We use it like every single day. Of course, you need to make sure that your tap water is great in your area, but really, guys, it's a game changer. Number 9, make your own coffee. Yeah, I know sometimes it's really difficult, but making your own coffee at home can save you a lot of money over time. We don't have the same use of Starbucks here in France, and obviously we have a coffee maker. We have, I think, 3 different coffee makers. But yeah, you know, I don't want to spend €5 per day just for my coffee. Of course, I like to enjoy my latte from time to time, but I think it's been like 6 months that I don't drink a Starbucks. And by doing that, I think that you enjoy more your latte when you go to Starbucks. And depending on what you like to drink, there are endless coffee makers at different prices. Number 10, use a bike or walk instead of driving. If you are in an area where it's possible, using a bike or walking instead of driving can save you money on gas or maintenance costs. We ask ourselves if we would buy a car with this apartment, because we are not in Paris anymore. We are near Paris but not in Paris, and we have with this apartment 2 parking lots, and we decided to see what would be our habits about what we need to do in this area or everything. And because we have great public transportations, and that's why we bought this apartment too, we decided that we won't have a car with this apartment. When we decide to have a house, maybe it will be time to have a car, but you know, I think that by doing that we saved thousands by not having a car. Obviously, it's something that you need to decide. When we need to have a car to do big groceries, or when we go on holidays, we rent a car, and I think that it's way cheaper than when you own a car. And sometimes when you have a car, you can decide to drive instead of biking or walking, even if it's just like 5 or 10 minutes more than when you're driving. And yeah, you know, you need to think about that, because the gas is really expensive and all the maintenance costs are really expensive too. So yeah, think about that. And sometimes, you know, just by biking or walking, you can discover some things in your neighborhood, and yeah, it's another form of experience. Number 11, buy second hand. So check out thrift stores, marketplace, garage sales, and so on. You can find a ton of things second hand. Like, for example, I like to buy my clothes second hand on the website. You can also buy furniture or other stuff you need. We decided, for example, that when we will have kids, that we will only buy second hand clothes, toys, all these kind of things, because number 1, I think that we will save a ton of money, and number 2, it's great for the planet too. We need to think about the cycle of certain products, because you know, when you have a baby, when you have clothes for a baby and it's brand new, the baby will wear it for like 2 or 3 times and it's brand new. So yeah, think about that. If you need something just for a really short period, and yeah, it can save you a lot of money too. And finally, DIY. Doing things yourself can save you money on a labor cost, whether it's cooking your own meal, cleaning your house, or fixing things around the house. DIY can help you save money. We drastically decrease our food bill because now with the bigger kitchen, I cook way more here, and we try as much as possible to do things by our own in this apartment. And when we need help, we ask 2 members of our family or friends to come to help us. You need to have patience about that, because yeah, you need to wait until they are available, but so that you spend time with your family or your friends and you fix something with your own hand, and it's a satisfaction too. Obviously, sometimes you need to ask for professional help, but you know, with all the things that you can find on YouTube, it's really possible to do most of the things by your own. And there you have it, folks, 12 ways to save money without spending less. These tips may seem small, but they can add up over time and make a big difference in your bank account. So go ahead and give them a try and see how much you can save. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and to subscribe. I see you in the next one. Bye, friends!